Hey, it's Erika. Welcome to my first listen for TAEYEON's Letter to Myself, the 6th mini albums. 6 of these guys? Come on. And then that doesn't include her full albums. Miss Girl, she be working. Miss Cyan, always working. But I'm excited to be checking this out, see what she's doing for the B-side. She has an amazing discography, really great one. And I really like Letter to Myself, the track itself. It's a little bit more of like a rock vibe from TAEYEON, which I think is just like so cool to get. I mean, she has the vocals for it. Give me more. I don't know necessarily what to expect for just like the B-sides. I'm expecting kind of our standard kind of TAEYEON little moment for the B-sides, where she has a good variety of stuff that she does. But I do color code videos for this. Just because I find it to be the best solution for you and for me to follow along together in real time. This is also a part 1. YouTube doesn't like if I do more than like 4 tracks in one video. We got 5 B-sides we're checking out here. We don't check out the title track. My thoughts about that one are in the respective music video reaction. But part 1 is going to be Hot Mess, Blue Eyes, and Strangers. Part 2 is going to be Blur and Disaster. I gotta break it up. YouTube hates people sometimes, or hates me sometimes. Well, everybody, I feel like. So yeah, we don't gotta waste any more time. We can dive just straight on into Hot Mess, girl. If that ain't me, let me tell you. But yeah, so let me make sure I got everything. Okay, AirPods connected. Okay, yes, Hot Mess, let's go.
아우성된 미친 세상이 온통 빙빙 돈 듯이 새벽 내 현기증이 일어 기울어 뒤집힌 시야 끝에 걸친 너의 실루엣 위태로운 걸음이 웃겨 어디에도 구원은 없어
I would say this is very like, the beat hasn't dropped, but so far it's very TAEYEON.
미치고 싶어 I'm a hot mess and you ain't so different.
How she know me?
어지러운 세상 속에 난 너와 함께 맑아지고 있어. I'm
Oh.
a hot mess 더 무너뜨려 세게 뒤틀린 세상
It's definitely
속에 더 선명하게 부서지고 있어.
ooh, like definitely leads a lot more experimental, you know. But still, I feel like within TAEYEON's concepts or sounds. Girl, tell me. Okay. I was gonna say maybe a little bit more kind of rock influence in this one. Alternative for sure. So not only do we get then the title track, B-sides are showing a little something. But definitely there's that like TAEYEON kind of sinister thing she does. But a lot of her concepts are very much darker. Great showcases for vocally. I like the type of sound. I think it's cool. Definitely like experimental, alternative, kind of more realm. I like that. That one is short though. She was short. She's only like 2.5 minutes, but I like it. I like how they're kind of continuing a little bit more like the rock sound within the B-sides, not just like the title track. SM seems to really kind of be exploring that for their artists as of recently. So that's a really cool sound to hear. And whenever they do very genre specific tracks, they're very good at it. Not only they're like very signature kind of like SM R&B sort of sound, which we know that they kill, but whenever they give more genre specific tracks to their artists, there's a lot of kind of like genuineness to the genres that they do tackle and they take on. But I really like Hot Mess. I think it's cool. It's very TAEYEON, but in a kind of a little bit more of like a more experimental type of sound and like song structure, you know what I mean? But also still pulling from like the rock sort of vibe. So it kind of goes like alternative, but it's also kind of like rock and stuff, but it's very much kind of like deconstructed and experimental. It's just like, it kind of is just like, I don't even know if it has a genre, honestly, but I really love sort of hearing that. Very like TAEYEON. Again, she does definitely have like these darker concepts that are very prevalent with her, just in general concepts, music videos, tracks themselves. So it definitely, there's like this, it's like, it could be very like darker, but then sometimes it's very like tragic and sad, and she kills both genres. She really does. Or she can be lifting me up, you know, but for sure that tends to be where her concepts normally lies, in the dark or the sad, because my girl gets me. Okay, so the next track we're going to be checking out is Blue Eyes. Who has blue eyes? I mean, in Korea they have contacts, but you know what I mean. We'll definitely see what this one is serving. So yes, let me get properly, there we go. You know what, it let go. Again, starting off very TAEYEON. Give me ad-lib, queen. Ooh. 깊이 빠져들어 헤엄쳐왔어 온종일 몰아치는 파도 너라는 파도 빼곡한 내 맘에 스며든 내 서툰 감정에 잠겨 발이 든 채 자연스레 나의 모든 걸 맡겨 모르는 사이 품에 안긴 너라는 아예 You dive into my everything 간지러운 heartbeat 너도 느끼니 두근대는 맘 Yeah dive into my everything Okay. Man, the vocals. Always, always. And then sometimes she just differ from her genres and make love songs. But even at that, the lyricism always goes crazy. Very kind of, she has a lot of like very like visual lyricism. But definitely the songwriting and the storytelling and the lyricism, it's always been up there with TAEYEON. That's almost like this kind of like chemistry thing that's happening between her and Blue Eyes, and it's just kind of just like wanting to just like fall into each other. And the vocals, come on, we slay it for a reason. Speaking of that kind of standard SM R&B sound, I feel like this would kind of be, well, I would say kind of be it, because a lot of their artists have a very kind of like specific type of R&B that each group does, and it varies because each group sound is so specific under SM. But I would say it's pretty like standard and stuff, and I love Taeyeon's music and stuff, and it kind of does, a lot of it is like this. Not mad at it though. Me hating, never slaying. She's always been my queen. But great like showcase of her vocals. I love the instrumental. I love the type of R&B that it is. But it is definitely something that I feel like is very common, that we've gotten a little bit from like SM female solo releases and stuff. I'm like, this kind of feeling similarities here, which definitely makes sense. That definitely is also a thing that happens at SM Entertainment. But I really loved it. I like the track. I like I don't know, there's just always so much emotion and connection with everything like TAEYEON does, whether it's a much more love song, breakup song, tragic song, sad song, like no matter what it is, happy song, I always like, there's always like, I feel like such a deep emotional connection with like the listener and like the track itself with TAEYEON that just, I don't know, that always just like worked for me. She's just like, she speaks to my soul, you know what I mean? So whether again it's kind of like Hot Mess, or whether it's this one, or whether it's like Let Her Do Myself, I don't know, there's always just something that always hits me different, like emotionally, and no matter what like the emotion is, but I always feel her so deeply with whatever type of song it is. Like it doesn't even matter, like it could be it could be sometimes she does cute stuff. What's her more cute? Like I don't think she's like why for sure. But what's the other one she did? Weekend is another good track. But like she doesn't always do like the happy stuff, but she does it every now and again. But kind of like those ones, like I always feel like even that with like TAEYEON and stuff, if it's like a happier sort of vibe, I always feel that deeply. But like she does tend to lean a lot more to like the more emotional side, especially with like her title tracks and stuff, and I feel like majority of her discography does lean that way. But for sure, again, it's always just kind of like, I don't know, she knows how to, I don't know, like the more emotional thing, it's always, she knows how to do it, and she gets me every time. The next track we're gonna be checking out is Strangers. I don't know what that means. That could be good strangers, that could be bad strangers, like you're not a stranger anymore, or it's just like we're strangers now and we weren't before, you know what I mean? I think it's gonna be the latter, because I know my girl TAEYEON, but I'm excited, so you know what it like go. Okay, so we go a little more R&B heavy, B-side wise. But it's, again, it's so picturesque. Like you could see it, the scene playing out. Ah. It's a kind of like the Strangers Again part, you know? But I like that, strangers to shadows to strangers again. Because if you're a shadow, you're attached to somebody, you know? Unless it's Peter Pan. But the way he was like painting it was like it was a complete stranger. You find in like the city, but then it's post a relationship. And she's great, like, you could put like probably TAEYEON's whole discography and play that just in a coffee shop and it's just straight vibes. One of those like coffee bar places, ooh.
From strangers to shadows to strangers again 편히 숨을 내쉬어 아쉬운 맘을 비우고 yeah 다시 흘러가는 걸 yeah From strangers to shadows to strangers again From strangers to shadows to strangers
I like it. Again, you know, very kind of signaturely TAEYEON sort of sound. I really like it, and it's kind of like that more R&B stuff, but it's a little bit more like songwriter broken down kind of thing. I really like it and stuff because I mean, again, it's so like visual her lyrics and stuff, and they're so like picturesque, and I think that's what helps kind of like that emotional thing is she'll like especially with like the albums on this or the songs on this album, it's almost just like setting up the scene before you kind of get into the more meat of this sort of story, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's very much something that's not the first time I feel like I've come across that within Taeyeon. I feel like that's always kind of existed for a while within her music. But yeah, and it's just kind of like it sort of just like sets the scene, and then you kind of get deeper into the dialogue, that sort of just like thing, you know what I mean? It's almost just like reading a script a little bit. And I sort of love that about it and stuff, because I just, the way it kind of started, I was like, oh, it's like two strangers meeting. But no, it's just like, it's kind of like, it's sort of like laying down the sort of just like cityscape. You're kind of like walking by, you know, kind of doing your thing, and then you see this person and they're like a stranger to you, but it's just like, oh no, it's not before, it's post the relationship. But kind of that perspective, I think kind of changes up kind of like the vibe of it, because I wasn't necessarily expecting for this, I mean, I was expecting for the song to go that way, but the way she was sort of painting the picture, I was like, oh, we here now. So yeah, I really like that. I really like Strangers a lot. I like it. Again, she just has really great discography. Everything's kind of being pretty, very much standard Taeyeon. Definitely the most different one would be Hot Mess so far, but it's not like so different for Taeyeon, you know what I mean? I feel like there's always that sort of vibe that she'll do. If it's not like every album, it's every other comeback or something like that, you know what I mean, where she brings something new, something different to the table with something that she's doing. But I love it. So everything's very, again, kind of just like Taeyeon, and yeah, I guess that's what I'm sort of learning today, was definitely kind of like that more emotional connection. And I don't know necessarily if it's just like based in the lyrics, if it's her voice, if it's just sort of the song, the instrumental, everything playing a part together in itself that makes it so like kind of, again, there's just like, it's just like a very deep, I don't know, like kind of just like thing that you just kind of like get right away. And with the songs, I kind of just, I don't know, it gets me in my, like, it's not necessarily like emotions, but it's like in my soul. Like, she has had a grip on my soul for the longest time. It's crazy. But just like that thing to where it's just like so easy to get that like emotional thing with Taeyeon. I don't think I'm the only one that has this sort of feeling. I can't be, you know what I mean? But that's definitely what I'm sort of realizing. It's just like, oh, that's definitely what she has. And you could definitely look at so many comebacks where that's the case, even with just like the title track, you know? But it's been slanging for a reason. So that's gonna do it for part 1. Go to Pretty Thoughts in the comments down below to about Hot Mess, Blues, and Strangers. Part 2 is gonna be Blur and Disaster. Don't forget to check out that, and then also my final album thoughts. But everything's standard Taeyeon, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know? And I loved it. Go to Pretty Thoughts and I'm loving it. Sorry, not past tense, present tense. Yes, loving. Go to Pretty Thoughts and comments down below if you like this video. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked me and you want to see more of my videos. Go hit that subscribe button. Want to see my videos the second they come out, hit that notification button. Want to follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, threads in the description down below or at the end screen if you like gaming content. The gaming channel is called Erika. Currently playing Horizon Forbidden West, so if you could join me over there for that. Thank you so much for watching. Love you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.